Okay guys, welcome back to another one. I'm the Gold Standard, and today we are going over the most common misplays I see as a Bonney player when people play against me. Because losing from a misplay is a terrible feeling. Also guys, winning because of a misplay has no glory in it. There's no satisfaction in it. I didn't use my skill to win. All that happened is someone simply didn't understand the cards. So in an attempt to make the community better players, I'm sharing my top 3 misplays that people make against me when I am playing Bonney. So the first misplay just comes directly from her ability, which says, pay 1, rest up to one of your opponent's leaders or characters when your opponent attacks. And so people misorder this all the time, and what they'll do, especially early game, is they'll put down a blocker and then swing with their leader. And this basically means that their blocker is worthless now because I rest the blocker, I counter out of the leader swing, and then my turn, I just swing into their blocker and remove it. This also happens late game, where people will have maybe one of their 10 drops or an 8 drop on the field, and they swing with one of their smaller leaders or characters because they're trying to draw a counter out, because, you know, that's typically what you do. And then I just rest their big character. When you're playing against Bonney, make sure that you early game swing against her with your leader and then play your characters. And mid to late game, make sure that you swing with whatever is most important on your field. Number 2, this is the misplay against the Eustace Kid Rosinante combo. So what I do when I play Kid is, his ability says, Dawn times 1, on the opponent's turn, if this character is rested, your opponent cannot attack anything other than characters named Eustace Kid. So what I do is I play him down and use his ability to bring Rosinante in. And what happens is, now you have to attack this. So the main misplay I see here is that people will try and KO the Kid, especially Lucci players. And when they go and use all that Dawn to try and remove the Kid, all I have to do is sacrifice the Rosinante blocker, and now Kid is still in the game. So if you guys are trying to get around this, the way you're going to do it is either remove Rosie first and then the Kid, or use some amount of your Dawn resources to attack into the Kid so that I have to use the Rosie blocker, and then save some for a following attack to then absolutely remove the Kid. The thing that you have to remember is that this blocker defends him against any kind of KO effects, and so you're trying to play around that. The final card that I see the most misplays against is Basil Hawkins. So Basil, his ability is once per turn, if this character were to be removed from play by one of your opponent's effects, you may instead rest one of your opponent's characters. This ability is absolutely insane, and people misplay against it all the time. And in particular, the ones that I see misplay are NL players, because what they'll do late game is they'll play a Yamato and try and remove Basil, and then I just rest the Yamato. And I run into this so often, guys. And so I'm telling you now, the way to get rid of Basil is you have to basically attack with all of your characters first and then use some sort of removal. So NL players, if you have to remove Basil, what you're going to need to do is swing with all of your characters first, everything that's on the field, and then use Raigo to get rid of Basil, because I can't rest anything. Now those are the 3 main misplays that I see against Bonney when I'm playing this deck. So guys, don't make those mistakes. I've included some gameplay where people are making those mistakes against me, and I have to capitalize on it. But as I've said before, there is no glory in winning a game because someone misplays against you, because they simply didn't understand how a card works. That doesn't feel like a victory to me. So that being said, guys, let's jump into some gameplay. And if you guys like the content, please like, subscribe, and all that. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. All right, this is going to be an interesting matchup. Do we take this? I kind of think we keep this. So I have this. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. Yeah. And the turn. So the problem is going to be the Magellans. Those are super annoying. And so we might just have to, we'll have to just keep him rested, most likely. We'll see. We'll see what he gets down here. Because those Magellans, when they start removing Dawn, are a pain. So hopefully he plays a 4 cost right here that we just remove next turn. Interesting. Well, so he did misorder that, and that works in our favor. And again, that's kind of the beauty of this deck. So we get the 5 off, we pop this, and we swing for 5. That's kind of, I feel like, our best course of action, because next turn we could either do this or this. Yeah. So we get this out of here. We swing 5. Now we've got a 6 and a 5 on board. We're starting to burn counter out of his hands. I have 2 turns of freezing stuff, so I mean that's useful. Okay. Gets his one big swing here. I'll block out of this one just because I can. Okay, so do I want to put this down and search is the question, and then go into this, because if I get a supernova I can potentially get the 8 cost kid off. And this always helps me just recover Dawn at the end. So, and I'm not sure that this will really help me right now, because next turn he can only attack with one of these, because I'll rest the other. So let's go, and then we get 2 6s off. So let's go 6. Okay. Let's go another 6, because that leaves me enough to do both of these. Yes. Okay. We'll deploy this, we'll search. This would have been nice. Maybe. Yeah. So, do I want another supernova or do I want this blocker? Another one. I guess I'll take the Bonney. Well, I'll take the Bonney for now, because he's probably gonna get rid of this one. And we call it there. Get Dawn back. And now we're in an okay position. So he KOs this. I'm assuming when he does some Dawn stuff. Alright, he swings there. Interesting. So it kills this, I'm assuming. Yeah. Okay, 9 on 6. Do we take this? And the answer is yes. We absolutely do. So we're at 9 Dawn this turn. Oh no. That's annoying. We could have gone here into... So, how do we want to do this? Because I could Hody down into a big swing on him, and then it forces him to use this onto Hody, and it's risky, but I still have a lot of Dawn. And then I get, what, a 7 and another 7 on him? Or an 8 and a 7? I kind of think that's the move, because I could potentially even go 8. Nah, there's no way that I could go Hody onto that, swing on this. Decisions. Let's do this. Let's rest this no matter what. Get this. Actually, that's kind of helpful. So now I can go, what, 7 on life? Actually, 6 on life? 6 on life, 6 on this, maybe? Let's try it. Let's see what happens, because does he save this? That's the big question. He does not. Interesting. And let's go, what, 9 here? I kind of think we just go 9 on life, because now he's back down to 1 attack, so yeah. Takes that, alright. Now he has to swing on this turn. I have a decent amount of defense, and we can rest something. So, again, not in a terrible spot. Next turn we are at the double freeze. The freeze down, if you will. So, okay, Kaido, he kills this. Okay, so what do we get swings on here? He swings on this most likely? Dude, are you really gonna do that? Because this guy has rush, correct? He didn't, yeah, so he totally misordered that. So this is a 6. Do I have enough to defend against that? So maybe I take the 8. I take the 8 and then, yeah. And then we counter out of the 6. Yeah, definitely. Do we need Cav right now? No, definitely not. And probably not an X-Drake. Okay, so now we get into the freezing game. Man, that'd be actually really fun to get this guy down. I kind of feel like we just swing on life at this point, because we just freeze everything. He takes that, freeze everything, He's only got 5 Dawn, so there's not a ton he can play here. Nothing to remove this, most likely. Next turn I go 8, 10, freeze everything again, and yeah, we'll just see. I mean, he's in a tough position right now. Whew, this into this would be hilarious, because I could actually get, yeah, we had him cooked. Well, I mean, that was Purple Luffy, guys. Purple Luffy used to give me a lot of hard time with some of the other decks I used to play, but Bonney has its number. Like, Bonney has its number. Alright, we are in it with Kaido here. So let's see what we can cook up against this. I kind of think this could be fun. I'm going to try this. So this is the one that he plays the Black Maria and basically just starts taking life. So we'll see what we can cook up here. Kaido and Black Maria is just ridiculous at this point. It's like every turn you just trash one of your opponent's life cards once you get to the late game. And since Bonney is a late game player, this will be kind of an interesting matchup because like I'm trying to get to that late game. Do we want Basil or... Yeah, I'm going to use this because I'll probably lose Cav, I'd assume. And this guy's just great to have down, to have in a pinch. I love this card right now in this deck. I do be loving this card. Yeah, you can have that. Gets his stage down, starts ramping down. Starts ramping that down. Yeah, so here I can basically attack for 6 and get this blocker down. And that's kind of incredible, because now he has to burn a 2k or take this. And then we get the Dawn back, and now we can kind of keep going. So, where are we at? 4. So we're on a 5 Dawn turn. Ah, man. Okay, well, kills that. So we take this. It's good for later game. Okay. This is actually not bad right now because this will help us defend. So I'm probably going to get Cav down and then swing on this one for what? I get Cav down for 3 and then I swing for only 8. Nah, I got to swing at life. So let's go. Let's get Cav down first. And then let's swing 8 at life. Because he can still really only attack with one of them anyway next turn, so presumably this. And we get to search off. And then you know, we got stuff we can do. So next turn is our 9 Dawn turn, so we'll play this into probably this. Get some more stuff on the field. That's unfortunate. So he swings with this, rest this. Oh wow, never mind. So we'll rest this. No, because I need to start maintaining life. And do we take this one? I guess I'll take this one. I'll take that, yeah. Okay, we get a 2k and a search. See, so next turn we can start just resting everything. So I think this turn I have to go here into here. And where do we go here into well, nothing. Maybe this, but force him to attack here and use some and then the turn after we can use this. I think that's what we got to do. So we got to go here. Problem is we need 1 on him, so really it works best on the 10 Dawn turn. Okay, so I think we go here into here. Take the 2 attacks next turn, or take 1 attack. Yeah, we'll go here, here, and swing 5. We'll get counter. Okay, so he's definitely going to swing on this with one of them. Yeah, so we'll rest this. Now I can survive, I can make him swing again, and I think I'm going to, because then I can just start resting everything. So yeah, we'll do this. Swing for 2 or 5. No, I can't give him that one. Cool, gets the blocker down. Another blocker. It's fine. So now we just start holding them. So I honestly think I'm just going to start attacking him because I think he'll sacrifice blockers and stuff like that. So, you know, we'll go here. Maybe burns a counter. Cool. We'll go here. Okay. Then we'll go here. And now we just lock everything up. So he can maybe get one attack in with this. We just have to see next turn. So maybe he attacks this big body here. I don't know, we'll see. So he is swinging on this. And since I have the counter, I'm just going to go ahead and use it because I'd rather keep the body on the field right now. And he ditches a blocker to do that, so we'll see what he puts in here. Black Maria makes me... burns a life. Okay. Interesting, very interesting. Okay. Drops Kaido. Burn a life. Yeah, burns a life. Gets that stuff back. Okay, I'm totally fine with that. Because now we just tee off. And he basically has to sacrifice blockers to stop this from happening. So we tee off. Okay. Now we really tee off on him. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. I mean, he burns a blocker probably. Yeah. And then we freeze all of this. Now that we froze this one, it's going to be very hard for him because he has to basically play another blocker. He can burn a life, sure. As long as he doesn't have some kind of random rush, we're kind of okay. Okay, so yeah. So he's going to use his leader ability again. 6, unfortunate, but we take that. Leader abilities, rips this life. That's the crazy part about this Kaido, man. It was once the Black Maria got introduced in this OP08 format, he can just burn 7 and just start trashing your life. Because realistically, he gets 2. Yeah, because he gets 2 back a turn, and then you basically just do that every turn. Okay. So now we basically just swing extremely heavy every turn. So let's go 8. Let's do 8s. 8, 8, 8. Okay. Let's go, what, 8 here. Takes that. Okay. Go for another 8. And then what? Let's go 12, 13. Wow, let's go 10. Yeah, 10, 15. Yeah, wow. So he could have gotten out of a 16. Man, that's interesting. He had a lot of counter there at the end.